saw like a TikTok where someone was like, look what I turned this old bed sheet into, and it was something amazing. And so one morning I woke up wrapped up in the sheet like it was a cocoon, and I was going to throw it out. I'm like, wait, I can turn this into something amazing. So I've been holding on to it, and it's like this blue gray with kind of like stripes in it. I couldn't think of any Disney character that has like this gray, bluish gray aesthetic. I don't know. I'm gonna dye them pink. And once we dye them, we'll choose what kind of vibes they're giving. Let's get to dyeing. These are a lot more purple than I thought they would be. There's still some pink to them. I don't know if I like this color. Okay, it's time for bed. I will sleep on it and try to decide what I can do with these newly colored sheets. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty upset about this fabric not turning out pink like I wanted to, but this is actually a good thing. I wanted to make the Haunted Mansion wallpaper dress that is for sale right now on Disney's website for $70, but the purple shirts that I thrifted didn't give me enough fabric to make what I had envisioned. So I'm kind of gonna do that now. I have a sublimation printer. I have not used this printer in like over 2 years because the last time I tried to use it, I was trying to create a custom pattern on cotton fabric. You cannot use sublimation ink on cotton fabric. It won't work out, I'm sorry. But this is polyester, and according to the internet, it should work out. So if I can put the Haunted Mansion wallpaper on this fabric using my sublimation printer, I'm back on track of doing something cool with this fabric. If not, then I'll probably just make like a purple dress. Call myself Rapunzel, I don't know. We still have these lines that are still very noticeable from the original sheets. They had like those lines. So it's gonna look like the wallpaper from the mansion with a little bit of humidity or like water damage with like the streaks coming down. I mean, it is an uninhabited mansion. Do we have people making sure it doesn't flood? I don't know. Research Haunted Mansion lore to see if water damage is even plausible here. Let's get printing and seeing if this even works. Okay, so now that we know that this works and I can do it, let's print more sublimation sheets with the pattern. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to have this dress. So if you want to do sublimation, take it from me and don't buy a whole printer setup for this. I bought my sublimation printer when I thought that there was a lot more uses for it than what there actually is. I don't know, I just don't think it's that useful. I think you can save a lot of money by just buying sublimation prints on Etsy. You can find people on Etsy who have sublimation printers and will print things on sublimation paper for you. The paper really isn't that expensive. I mean, it's more expensive than regular copy paper, but for 110 sheets of paper, it was only $20 from Amazon. The sublimation printer setup though was close to $300, and in all my crafting experience, I want to say that this printer is probably the one thing I regret purchasing. I'm happy with all my other purchases, but the sublimation printer sits in my closet most of the time. And if you do have a printer like this that has like the ink wells, you have to make sure that you print something with it every so often because it will clog and it takes 2 days for it to clean. Ask me how I know. Yeah, that's why this vlog is later than what I wanted it to be, because I was waiting around for my printer to self-clean. If you are interested in doing sublimation, let me give you some tips. And I know all of this because I learned the hard way. You want to invest into a Cricut press like this. You don't have to do the most expensive one. This isn't, because the big surface area and the equal pressure that goes down when you press on it is so much easier than doing it with just a typical like house iron. It takes so long if you just want to do a regular iron, especially if you're working on a project similar to this. And you can set the temperature and the amount of time, so you don't have to do all the counting yourself. You need to have paper in between the press and the fabric because the fabric will burn. I have an extra piece of cotton fabric in between the polyester that I'm putting the design on and the paper, because I want to reuse this piece of paper because I don't have enough paper to do this entire project with a new sheet each time. So if you don't have the cotton in between, the design will get on the paper, and when you use it for the next one, it will actually put the ink from the paper onto the design. It's not gonna look good. So that is why I have a piece of cotton fabric. Make sure it's cotton, not polyester, because the cotton can withstand these high temperatures. This is heat resistant tape. Is an absolute must. Even if you don't think that the paper can move, it will move. Don't pass up the heat resistant tape. Oh, this one didn't turn out as good. Oh, this one didn't turn out good at all. Oopsies. I thought lining up the pattern was going to be a lot more difficult than what it has been, but it really isn't. I'm very excited about this.
Later.
I have been at this for hours already. This is taking so long, but it's turning out so good. And this room is getting really hot. I'm currently on the back bodice pieces. I have the front bodice piece left, and then I'm done and I can start assembling the dress. So I moved to the living room because my craft room is just so hot with my iron being on for so many hours. So I'm cooling off, and I have all of the pieces completed. I think they turned out so well. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So I'm gonna get to sewing the blouse. I want to finish the blouse tonight, and then maybe we can finish the skirt tomorrow. I don't think I've ever put a zipper into a piece of clothing and had it be something that I like. I've hated every single zipper that I've ever installed. So today is going to be the day that I install properly a zipper. Okay, let's do this. So I just put it on with a regular zipper foot. I think having a black zipper in the back doesn't look bad. Okay, I'm actually really liking this. I think this is the best garment that I've ever made in my life so far. I'm very happy. Look at the cute little collar. It's getting kind of late. I don't know if I'll have time to do the sleeves today. I'm kind of thinking about getting some black trim to put along the bottom edge of the skirt, like some lace trim, and maybe around the edges of the puff sleeves, just to give it a little bit more like cutesiness. So maybe I'll pick some up tomorrow for when I finish everything. Okay, be right back. I'll show you what I finished before going to bed. This is it. Here's the back. I love it. Oh my gosh. It is turning out exactly like the one that I saw in the store, and I'm so happy. It is, so far, this is my most favorite thing that I have ever made. Okay, I'm off to bed, and I will work on it some more tomorrow. So I sewed on the sleeves off camera because I was a little nervous that I was going to mess them up. So I thought maybe if you weren't looking at me, I'd get it right on the first try. And they look great. Let me show you. This is the bodice so far, and I love it so much. I kind of veered away from the reference photo a little bit to make the sleeves puffy because I live in Texas. I don't want to wear long sleeves unless I'm like cuddled up at home, like where I keep the AC on high. But if I'm gonna wear this out and about, I want to be able to have it be comfortable. And I thought that maybe the finishing of the sleeves would look nicer if it had like this organza like trim. Like this. I don't know. Can you see it? I think it'd be so cute. It's like all like put some elastic in there and then have it be like elastic with the cute little like ruffles. I don't know. I'm just thinking that maybe the little trim will make it a little bit more like cutesy. I mean, it already has a Peter Pan collar and some puff sleeves, so why not just go all out? And then the skirt that I will do after I finish the sleeves, I'm thinking about putting the same trim along the bottom hem as well. Let's just see how the trim looks, and if it's just too over the top, then we can just use the seam ripper to tear it apart. But let's get to finishing these sleeves. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep the ruffles on the end. It's so cute. Here, let me show up the whole thing. Like, I think it's subtle. I don't think it's like too over the top. And then I found this thread because the purple is a dye job gone wrong, but I think the thread that I found matches it perfectly. So the sleeves are finished and they weren't that difficult. I'm so proud of myself. So now all we have to do is ruffle the skirt and attach the two tiers, and then I have a dress. I made sure to double, triple, quadruple check that the pattern was all going the right way so my skirt wouldn't look upside down, because that is something that would happen. Yeah, so it's all going the right way. It all looks good. And it's all pinned together. And it's all coming along. It's all done. Ah, I can't wait to try it on for you. Okay, I'll go get ready and put everything together. So here's the dress. I love it so much. I think that this is the best garment I have ever put together, for real. I love how nicely the zipper is installed in the back. I love my decision to make the puff sleeves. I think it's a lot cooler than if I were to have like the long sleeves with this fabric. I think it would be like really hot. I stand by my decision to put the trim at the bottom and on the sleeves. I really think that it gives it this extra cutesy flair to it. The Peter Pan collar, I want to put Peter Pan collars on everything now. However, I do believe that Peter Pan collars, when they're flat like this, is much easier to put together when you have a lining in the bodice, if you ever want to do something like this. The one thing that I'm missing is like a little like button charm thing here with a bow. I didn't like any of the ribbon that I have, and I kind of want like a velvety ribbon to put here. So I'm gonna have to order some. And once I get that, then I'll like put a nice little like bow here to make it even cutesier. But that is it for today. Whether you're a longtime viewer or you just stopped by to see how I turn these bed sheets into a cute little dress, I am so glad you're here. If you had a great time, feel free to subscribe. I tried to post every week, but right now I might be a little bit more sporadic because there seems to be a lot going on. But there's always more to come, like possibly a spirit Halloween vlog. I feel like that's the perfect place to wear a dress like this, don't you think? Thank you for spending a little part of your day with me, and I'll see you in the next one.